Hi guys, get ready with me while I tell you all about me. So I did do a story on my Instagram asking questions that you want to know, but most of the questions on there weren't even related to me or were just really boring. So I ended up making my own little note of things that I feel like you guys would be interested in knowing. I've got it all on my laptop here and we're going to talk while I do my makeup. Starting off, these eyebrows need to be put down, so I'm using my Rare Beauty brow gel. And the first topic is basically, who even am I? My name is Ayat Michelle. I'm 20 years old and I'm studying in university right now. So my life right now is going to lectures, living at uni. So I moved out in first year because my uni is too far to commute and I never wanted to commute either. I feel like if I'm going to uni, I want to get the full experience. So I did not even apply to any unis that are near me because I knew I would not want to go. I have 2 more years of my degree left and next year I'm going to be living in accommodation again. Right now I'm in a shared student house. Oh my gosh, no. And I got it with strangers because I didn't make any friends in first year that wanted to live out. I feel like a student house is only worth it if you're living with your friends, which I'm not, so it's not been that fun. I'm excited to be back in flats. This year I had to share a bathroom with 2 people and next year I'll have my own bathroom, which is what I'm most excited about. But I will still be sharing the kitchen, which isn't a problem because I actually don't cook much. I can cook, I'm not a bad cook, but I just don't enjoy it, especially the cleanup afterwards. I feel like it's just not worth it. The only thing I really cook is steak. I cooked it twice this week. It's my favorite thing to eat at home. The next section is childhood, and honestly I don't want to get too in-depth here. I want this video to not be too deep, so we're not going to get into all the crazy stuff that happened, but I had a pretty decent childhood. I grew up with 2 sisters, which made life so much easier. Anyone that has sisters is so lucky. But in primary school, I didn't have a lot of friends, so I would spend most of my time in the library, just reading anything I could find. One of my favorite series as a child was a series of Unfortunate Events. I loved reading that. Also Harry Potter. I literally read the whole series in under a month. Not too mad that I did a bunch of reading because it allowed me to excel in English so easily. Like, I don't even remember revising all that much and I still did amazing in my GCSEs. And I even got a trophy for reading in year 7, which honestly is the only award I've received, but it's great. Early secondary wasn't great for me either because we'd moved to a new city, so I didn't know anyone in school. It was quite hard to make friends and you couldn't just sit in the library the way you could in primary school without looking like a weirdo. And I did get bullied a lot and it was especially bad in year 8. But I've never really liked talking about it, which a lot of people don't understand. Like, in my life, they're like, it's not that deep, but to me it is. So I won't be talking about it now either. But eventually when I got to 6th form, I did join a new 6th form, so it was whole new faces again. I met like the loveliest group of girls and I'm still friends with them, so it wasn't all bad. I did make some great friends in the end. Now the next section that some of you guys were curious about was my social media journey and how I ended up here. So I have always been a very creative person. As a child, I loved art and literature. Those were always my favorite subjects in school. I loved creative writing as well. Eventually, as I got older, that creative side got transferred online. I think I was 12 when I first got Instagram and everyone was just posting their selfies or pictures with their friends. And my dumbass was out here posting aesthetic collages that I would sit and create for hours. When I was like 14, 15, I made a public TikTok account and I would just post like Pinterest mood boards. Those went pretty viral. If you remember me from that era, you are an OG. But it got me quite a few followers and I guess that gave me the confidence to post myself. And one day I really liked my hairstyle before school, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record it and post it on my TikTok, and I did that. That video got over 1 million views and it made me realize, wait, people might actually like me. I should post myself more. I started doing makeup and beauty content. Eventually when I got to uni, I decided to do uni vlogs because a lot of you guys were interested in what I was up to and it was my first time living away from home, so I kind of wanted to document it as well. I know it sounds like a lie, but I truly never cared about PR, brand deal, or becoming an influencer. I just really enjoy posting. I think even if I didn't have followers right now, I would still document my life online because it's just so fun. But yeah, that's pretty much how I ended up here. I am so grateful for all of you guys that support me and watch me right now. Like, it genuinely means the world to me. I don't want to get all cringe, but trust me, it's like my favorite thing ever. Okay, this next section is boy gossip, because a lot of you guys were curious on what's going on in that area, and there's not much to say here, and I also don't really care to talk about boys, but I thought I'd include it just for a little juicy part. It's not that juicy though, because there's nothing to say. So the tea is that there is no tea. I do not have a boyfriend, never been in a relationship, never even been in a talking stage. Insane, I know, at my big age. Growing up, I never really cared for it that much. Like, my friends would actively add people on Snapchat and seek out like interactions with men, and I was just like, I do not have the energy for that, so I'm good. But yeah, that is all there is to say here in this section. Moving on to the next section, my personality traits. I don't know if you guys are into astrology or MBTI, but my MBTI is INFP and my star sign is Sagittarius. I have always been really introverted, but I feel like recently, ever since moving to uni and having so much independence, I've kind of been forced to come out my shell a bit. I used to be that person who literally could not speak to an adult without shaking, and now I feel like I can actually speak to people without dying. Honestly, moving out is the best thing ever if you grew up sheltered. Obviously, I didn't do much socializing when I was growing up. Like, I wasn't even allowed to get a job at the age everyone was getting jobs. So the past 2 years, I've really been interacting with people a lot more. I feel like I'm a very sarcastic and sassy person, but honestly, I do try to tone it down when I'm around new people or even on the internet, because it comes off as rude and I don't mean to, especially because I have a pretty monotone voice. Sounds like I'm serious when I'm just joking or being sarcastic. Like, not many people really understand it, but it is just my personality. I promise I'm not being evil. Another thing about me is I actually love doing things alone. I think because I grew up doing things alone, like reading in the library all the time, I've always been comfortable with my own space, and it's just great not having to wait on anyone to do what you want. However, I am also a pretty big going out person. I really love going out, and I've only really started going out since January, February maybe. I haven't been out much. I've probably been out 2 or 3 times, but every single time I did go, I absolutely loved it. I love meeting people, just socializing. I think it's great to do that every now and then. Next section is my goals in life and future. This is the thing that like most people asked about, like, what career do you want? What life do you want? What does life look like in 10 years for you? And the honest answer is I don't know, and I do not care. I have genuinely never been someone who's had a very strict or set out plan of what I want to do in life. Whatever happens in life will work out anyway. I don't need to constantly think about it or plan it. It's such a waste of time worrying where I'll be in 5 years, because it prevents me from enjoying where I am right now. I love to live in the moment. I am loving my uni life right now, and whatever happens after uni will happen regardless of how much I plan it. Another thing about me is I'm a very optimistic person. As long as whatever happens doesn't kill me, I will be fine. The only thing I have complete and unwavering faith in is myself. As long as I believe in myself more than anything, I will be fine. However, even though I don't have any strict goals or plans, one thing I do know is I want to travel. I didn't grow up going on like holidays every year or anything. I think my first holiday was when I was 16. So traveling is something I definitely want to do a lot. I genuinely want to go everywhere, but the main places right now I'd say are East Asia and Southeast Asia. My final section is things I am interested in. So in terms of music, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, but my favorite artist, and she's been my favorite artist for literal years, is Lana Del Rey. I actually saw her in concert last year, which was literally a dream come true. Favorite song from her is How to Disappear. I have loved it since I was like 13 years old. It will always be one of my favorite songs. In terms of shows, I love watching K-dramas. I started watching them in maybe 2018 or 2019. So I have watched a lot over the years. The one I watched most recently was the new season of Bloodhounds, and that show is insane. The casting is perfection. You could play smash or pass with the characters and you wouldn't say pass once. Another one of my interests is, of course, creating content. It's my favorite thing and I'm so glad I get to do this. I genuinely love you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. Final interest is the gym. This is more of a recent interest. I started the gym in January and I only really joined it because I wanted something to do. Living at uni, you have so much spare time, so you might as well join the gym. I've been going almost every day and it's just great in there. Like, I love the environment, I love working out, and I feel so good after. However, I don't really have like a strict routine or anything. I only really work out abs. I don't work out anything else, and I know I need to start doing everything else. I'm a bit lazy. Once I get those abs, I feel like that would motivate me to do the rest. Yeah, that is everything I had planned to talk about. I hope you enjoyed learning all this about me, and thank you so much for watching to the end. This is my final makeup look. I feel like my brows are kind of out of place. But yeah, thanks for watching. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.